Okay, I've got Chloe with me. She's pretty chill, just hanging out in my arms. She's semi-alert, just relaxing here. And I've taken her to the back here where I don't expect to have many dogs. We're just gonna walk around because I don't want to get her started with dogs right away, because I don't know how she'll react, and I do not want her to react as much as possible, at least not yet. We don't want to start off our session with that feeling right off the bat, because then she'll expect it the next time and so on, and that won't help us. But I noticed there's a dog over there. That's why she's still in my arms, and I want to be able to introduce that dog to Chloe in a way that's probably easy for Chloe, meaning in my arms. That it may not be. She might still bark, she might still growl, she might still do what she feels she needs to do, and that's okay. That'll give me some ideas to where she is at, but they're getting a little bit far away from me, so we'll see if we can walk a little bit faster. I don't know if she has noticed them yet. If she does and she starts barking or growling, I will take some space. But right now, by having her in my arms, it's not that I'm babying her, it's not that I'm spoiling her. It's making it so she doesn't have to, at the very least, make choices on the ground. She doesn't have to figure out, okay, do I lunge, do I bark, do I walk away? Right now, I just want her to see that the idea of a dog, she's over there, and getting away from us, means this. Means just hanging out, means just being with me, means just staying back. Yes, not having to do anything. So trying to catch up to them. There's quite a few things going on here, so we'll keep a safe distance because there aren't any cars coming. She might have noticed the dog already. There's not much of a reaction. Okay, ears perked up. There you go. I think she noticed him. But no reaction from Chloe yet, which is good. She definitely saw him. I'm actually gonna walk back because then we'll go through my little route. Dog is sorry, we're just doing some training. So she heard the lady too. I think she saw the dog. Just in case, I'm gonna go a little bit lower, but I'm pretty sure that Chloe doesn't really care right now, which is exactly the point. So what I will try is just putting her down here. I'll see if she even cares to look back. Again, I'm gonna push my luck a little bit. I'm gonna have her walk towards where they are just a bit. Hi. So we're just gonna head in that direction, but then we're gonna walk back. So this is not a lot for me anyway. Doesn't seem to be a lot for her, but it's a start. She saw the dog, she recognized the dog. She didn't have to greet, she didn't have to do anything, but that's the point. When she sees dogs, what association do I want to create? It's an association of happiness, yes, but if we're starting with reactivity, we may want to start with not trying to figure out how to make her happy around dogs, but rather just how to be around dogs in a way where she is calm and relaxed. That's all I want. So I was able to achieve that through my arms with the very first dog that we saw just now. And again, she didn't really care a whole lot. I don't necessarily want her to not care either, but I want her to feel like, oh, there's a dog, nothing happened, and that's a good starting point for us today. Important thing to notice is that what could have also helped me, and is usually a pretty big advantage when it comes to dogs working with me here where they get dropped off in my neighborhood, is that usually my neighborhood's quite a new environment for them. And what that does is not only does it make it a neutral setting where we can work on where the dog hasn't exhibited the past behaviors that we're trying to undo, but also it makes it so there's other more interesting things that can be not necessarily distracting, but that can be encouraging as far as making other choices other than worrying about the dog. So when I was trying to get Chloe to even focus on the dog a little bit, just look at him, she'd rather smell, she'd rather sniff, she'd rather walk around, she'd rather do other things, even including pee, and all that plays into it. All that helps her make better choices. So this is why I strongly recommend, especially when we're working with a reactive dog or any kind of reactivity, is working in neutral settings. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't see the behaviors that we normally do in our own neighborhoods and the places that we're used to. We still might. That's why it's important to still take into account what the dog can handle no matter where we are. But trying to handle things in a new neutral setting where she hasn't experienced those things before can be very helpful. And I know that's what's gonna help us out today as well. Okay, this is actually a perfect scenario. I'm actually just walking Chloe back in with me, and there's quite a few dogs nearby. But what we're gonna do is just stay in the arms. And I'm actually gonna talk a little silly, a little bit more out of my usual tone. I'm gonna make some kissy sounds. I'm gonna keep you engaged. Even drown the noise or the idea of the dogs with some cars passing by, just to help my little one here see that, okay, we can see the dogs and we go. And we're off. And we don't need to do anything. We don't need to worry about them. All we need to do with dogs, especially maybe larger dogs, is see them. And I also don't know how they are. I know one of them is a little rambunctious, a little go, go, go. So that might be too much for Chloe or most of my dogs. But all we need to do for now is just create the idea that, okay, we saw dogs, we came, we saw, we conquered, and then we just walk away. She's probably right now wondering, that's not what I usually do. I normally will bark. I normally feel like I have to ask them to go away. But right now, you know what? I'm just floating in the air. I'm just chilling back and nothing happened. Not really understanding what that means. And exactly, it's gonna be something new for her to just be able to watch, to just be able to see dogs. But the idea is that she's seeing that when we see dogs, nothing happens and we get space. But why she's barking, growling is she wants space. She wants him to give her space. On a leash, she can't just walk away as much as she'd like. We can definitely teach her to walk away. But I'm already doing that for her, at least in my arms. And eventually we'll do that with the leash so she knows that she can walk away. But for now, again, we're just starting. I don't want to flutter. I don't want to make it too difficult. If something seems too easy, great. That means we'll make it harder next time. But we can start with too easy. We can be successful with too easy and work our way up. Right, Chloe? Okay, we're back out. Although Chloe seemed a little bit tired from the first one, when she came back in, she settled for only a little bit and then seemed eager to do more. She drank some water and was smelling everything in my unit, even though she's been here before. And she really seemed like she wanted to have another round. So that's incredibly important when we're working with a dog. You want to make sure that they're ready and willing to do more. Not just because I have X amount of time that I'm going to spend all of that doing something. That could be counterproductive. So we're going to just take it easy for now still. It's only her second outing today, but she seems willing, so that's only going to be a benefit to us. She's got her backpack on, same one that Lil'o wore for our last group walk, but it's got nothing in it. No bandanas, nothing. It's just to add an extra component to the activity, something for her to just have with her, to just carry. Again, there's nothing in there. So if it helps her focus on something more than just dogs, to just have a backpack on her, then great. She sees some dogs there, and we're actually gonna get started. Chloe, over here. Oh, good. We see some licking there. So she saw them. Oh, you got a little spooked. Come on. So she saw them and then started licking her lips. So that lets me know she felt some type of way about it. She wasn't trying to go towards them too much. She was just walking in the direction that I was. But I was very easily able to redirect her. She was already focused on me anyway, which is great. That's why we want to make sure we have a good bond with our dogs. Oh, good. I know this is a lot. And like Cynthia said earlier, when she dropped Chloe off, it takes a lot of thinking for them to do this kind of training. And that's why we see Chloe shaking things off, because she's feeling a lot of feelings. She's got to regulate her emotions when it comes to dogs, even just being outside and feeling good. She's got to make those choices. So it takes quite a lot of effort. So that's why we'll see some shakes here and there to just kind of help herself reset. And we are walking in the direction of those dogs, but we're keeping quite a safe distance, where maybe just up until now I felt like she was with me. Chloe, over here. So if she starts walking in one direction, I'll happily just help her reset, so I feel like she's refocused on me again. Maybe we'll either go back to the dogs, but I think for now we'll go this way. There's some water there where she can just wet her paws a little bit and feel like, okay, we saw dogs, and that meant space, that meant distance, that meant time, that meant nothing bad. Let's go. We saw the dogs over there that we were walking behind. Now there are some more over there. We're not ready yet to be on the same sidewalk, or at least I'm not ready. Chloe might actually do just fine. Again, mainly because she's somewhere new. We're working on things as opposed to last time where we weren't really focused on this type of socialization. We were just wanting to walk and have fun. And I was just getting to know her. But now that we're focusing on things and I'm making sure that she has enough space to make good choices, enough time and all, I'm being more mindful, which can help our dogs. Just that change alone can make a huge difference. But again, a big change is that she's not home. She's not in her neighborhood. She's got a backpack on her. She's got new smells. She's probably tired a little bit. somewhat. The heat is probably playing a big role. But even then, I am not fully ready or convinced that we can just go up to any dog. I also, of course, don't know the dog, so I'm playing it safe. And if that allows her to make good choices, great. And then eventually, as we practice and get to know each other more, we'll do more. There's really no rush. She's not on a clock. I am somewhat on a clock, but I can't let that get in the way of her making good choices and her continuing to do well. But we're heading to an area where there will be more dogs. If I have to pick her up, I will. If ever there aren't many dogs and she can play around, that's why I have the long leash. I know that if I get her close to dogs, especially small dogs, that she'll do just fine because she won't have to worry about the initial greeting. But with dogs, especially bigger dogs, I don't really know yet how she'll do. So we'll stay on a shorter leash for now. Once we get to that area, we'll see how it goes. Taking the backpack off just to give her a break from it. She hasn't really used it before, at least to my knowledge. So we're going to keep it short. Chloe, I know you see the dogs over there. Yes, good job. As soon as I see her, even just walking forward a bit, which is good. I think last time I experienced, or I was working with Chloe, she was barking right away, but she does take a moment to think, but she moves forward at the same time. But that's a good enough indicator for me that she needs a little reset. So there you go. She saw them again and actually chose to move on. So I'm gonna go to the other side of the street. She did quite well there. Hopefully there aren't any cars. Okay, we're good. Chloe, come on. But yes, I'm the one carrying the backpack for now. And it's also getting warmer, so I want to make things as easy as possible for her. Chloe, over here. Don't worry about them. Let's go. The dogs are over there. They're quite far. So we're just going to walk for now. Once we get close, maybe we'll get another video. So she saw the dog over there before I could bring out the camera. Just a few little scuffs. Let's go. Come on. There, she looked back, but we keep moving. Not too bad. Come on. Yes. I'm not using treats yet. I'm not sure if she'll take them, but I'm also holding a camera, holding a leash. Too much going on. We can build our way towards treats where she's a little bit more engaged with me as well. But no rush. If she can at least start making good choices with the distance that I'm giving her, choices like this where the treat or the reward is that she gets to have a break, she gets to feel okay. Because I'm not setting her up for anything too difficult yet, so I'm okay for now without treats. Otherwise, if I want to make things a little bit harder, I'll have them ready. But in that case, usually if we have stress or a bit of anxiety or some uncertainty, dogs won't take them yet anyway. So there's still quite a ways to go in terms of having her understand that what I like for her to do instead. It's not necessarily not bark and not scoff, not growl, but I want her to engage with me. But that's going to take some time. That's why, Chloe, let's go. I'm keeping her at a safe distance where at the very least she can't practice the behaviors that we don't want to be repeated. And the more we work together, the more she'll, instead of just walking away, she'll walk away and she'll check in with me. She'll walk away and she'll give me some eye contact, not just walk away from dogs. I want her to engage with me, and that's what I can also reinforce with treats the more we practice. Over here, not on our path. I think Chloe is ready for another break, either in my arms or at home. I don't think she has seen them yet. We'll see how we do. Chloe, over here. Chloe. Yeah, she's done. She's done. If the most she does is a scuff, just a few just minor sounds, not even growling, just scuff. But there's some lip licking going on there again. I don't know why that's difficult to say. Oh, hi, Chloe. When she saw the dogs, but she still focused more on walking. This is a pretty comfortable distance for her, even if she does make a sound or two. It's not a bark. She doesn't feel too concerned at all. She knows she's able to still move on. She knows she has space. I would definitely keep it at this distance. For a comfortable, loose, leash, relaxed walk like this, and work from here. There's another dog coming there, but we'll go to the other side. You learn to be very attentive to everything in your environment to really set them up for success. So I actually know that dog, and I think she would actually do fine, but just for the sake of this exercise, we're gonna walk, and actually we're gonna be ahead of that husky. We should have enough space here, so I don't think she'll even care to look back. Okay, once, and then she moved on. Good job, Chloe, let's go. That was about the same distance that we had from the other side, and she was comfortable enough to look. Okay, he went to this side. Chloe, come on. I know, I see the dog too. Chloe, let's go. Good job. Okay, now we got the husky coming over there. So we're gonna go over here. No cars, we're good. Chloe, come on. Come on. Good, so again, I know that little, I believe it's a Pomeranian. I know them well. And Chloe noticed them. They're right there, but we're gonna keep walking. They can say hi to each other if they want. We are not really ready, nor really that interested. Chloe didn't do bad. She wasn't too stiff, but she was focused. And right now we're focusing more on just having her engage with me more than dogs. There is no urgency or rush to meet dogs. So we're making it more about her and I just being together. There's another dog over there. And she did just fine, even after she noticed a dog. And I maybe was a little bit slow there to get her to come back with me recording, and you'll notice I once hissed a lot. She sees a dog over there. Chloe, over here. Good job. So this is definitely a good distance for her. They're doing some training. That's good. And I think she also noticed the dog because I believe it's a young pup. So he was moving around quite a bit, as pups do. But yeah, she was able to recover. I moved to the other side and she was able to refocus on me. And again, I think she's tired, more so mentally than physically. Once we go back inside, she'll run around and do whatever. But her brain definitely needs a break. It looks like she's thirsty. She had some water, but it's her brain that is tired. So that's why we're seeing the panting here. Let's go. Yes. But that was not bad with the dogs. Not bad at all. This is how I know she's not actually tired. She's just needing a break for her brain, but her body's ready to go. But her brain takes the toll when we're looking at working on socialization and behavior modification. It's all about the brain. The body can help though, as far as doing fun things like this where she can loosen up. It's also good for our bond. But when we see her panting, when we see a dog panting, it's not always just that they're physically tired. Their brain gets tired too. And now I'm getting dizzy. Why are you making me dizzy? This is fantastic for the bond. Again, especially after working out her brain so much. It's good for her to get a little bit of a break like this. Chloe! Where she can just be. She doesn't have to think right now. I'll take care of all the thinking for her. She just gets to be a dog. Chloe, let's go! That woman just came out of nowhere. Chloe did fine. Why? Because she was in a very silly, playful mood. She said her dog wanted to say hi. Obviously, I focused more on helping Chloe take space, which was good. I'm sure they would have been more than fine. Chloe greeted perfectly. She didn't even bolt towards the dog. She approached very calmly. We both got surprised, but even then, Chloe didn't bark or anything. But I can probably associate to the fact that she's good with dogs. It's at a distance. It's when she's not really ready or in the mood yet. So that caught us by surprise, but it went well. Otherwise, we would have just taken space, which we did anyway. But that was good. Chloe, come on.